Hello and welcome to this best of 3 series between Alrik, and Chimbambu on Imperial Road. This is Warhammer League 2. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games and let's get into it. So, let's see what type of builds both of them go for. I'd assume into Khorne. Khorne, as we previously talked about, Khorne in the Drugash. I believe it was Navi against Drugash, where basically Navi, or was it attack speed and max? I think it was actually attack speed and max, where the kite was just overwhelmed with a bunch of dogs, actually. Let's see. So Alrik goes for double light war sled. Relatively good. Pretty good AP. They're pretty good to also go through the cavalry, through the infantry, and also this map has elevation, so they will actually hurt when you're doing the charge. Let me actually do this. So we don't want movement paths, we don't want fire arcs, and selection markers. Perfect. So other than this, he has Ice Guard, which is interesting. Ice Guard, specifically glaives. Quite interesting that he went for glaives and not for swords, because usually inside of this matchup, or in most of these types of matchups for Kislev, you're afraid against the mono gods for the Furies, right? Because they can just land on your stuff. And having the swords technically gives you a lot of anti-infantry, so that the Ice Guard can actually just kill the Furies easily. But still, they're still good fighters. They're still 32, and the Furies have very low melee defense. Other than this, just a couple of Kislevite warriors and a armored Kossar for some hybrid shooting. We also have the Ice Witch, pretty cool on her little thing, with Hawks of Miska, which is there more to probably break leadership. If he was going for a proper version of it, I would just bring Blizzard if he just wanted to do damage. So this is just for breaking Furies because of the discouraged effect. Plus, just if he goes into a blob, he still has Terror, Hawks of Miska, and then just wants to, break everything. Also, Patriarch, triple heal, horse, cheap, what's not to love. On the other side, from the side of Chimbambu, we have Chaos Warriors and Marauders. So he's just going for an armor wall, and he wants to stuff him back. We also see Knights of the Brazen Throne, Giga Chad. So these guys are actually super amazing because of their murderous charge. Whenever they are charging, and especially downhill, man, I would not want to see this this unit go downhill into the opponent. They gain a bunch of bonuses, which makes them just go through your entire infantry line like butter. Like, there is no stopping them. They will one-shot a unit, or even more than one unit if they are like lined up. We also have Valkia, Sleipnir, Demon Shield, the standard stuff. So it seems that Khorne is just going to be doing a small build-up, and Kislev is going forward. They want to skirmish. Their game is first value trading with the light war sleds, while the game of Khorne is just to eat those shots with like silver shields and just chill, because they can. Also, Alrik is probably not going to move forward. He's just going to try and defend his backline, his skirmish line, with summoning stuff like Kossovite dervishes. Both of them are banking some of their resources, but kind of Chimba needs to have some mass here to defend himself from the charges. Nice summon of the horsemen. They eat the charge, and that means the Chaos Warriors don't actually suffer the proper charge of chariot sleds. So this is a very nice tactical sacrifice. He could be playing Skaven right now for the proper sacrifices, but he isn't. And he also moves the Knights of the Brazen Throne forward, which, again, very good to stop the charges, but he should be very careful with them. Even though they have 130 armor, these are armor piercing, so they could take damage. And very smartly, he is getting targeted, right? So he just backs off and is trying to counter skirmish with the horsemen. He also waits for a Minotaur with great weapon summon. Great stuff. This is your, now your mass, and now he feels comfortable moving forward, right? Because what is going to kill his armored wall? Like the Kislevite warriors and an Ice Guard and an armored Kossar, they're not going to have enough oomph to basically go through everything. Other than this, he just has enough things to stop the mass chargers. So Yeah, horsemen actually going super aggressive here, even charging in so that they can keep firing their little throwing axes into here. Even though it's like a full-on sacrifice, he wants to catch the patriarch. Oh, this is a very nice play from Chimba. He goes in, he stops them with the horsemen, and then catches them with the minotaurs to actually try and kill the patriarch so that there are no more heals. But he does not manage to get him. But he does force a Kosovite dervish to be basically sacrificed to try and get the horseman out and the patriarch out. Valkia just chilling, just trying to hit anything. Is this foot Valkia? Come on, fly up. And they basically eat the Kosovite dervishes. Other than this, we see actually more Ice Guard and more armored Kossars. And yeah, these Ice Guard, again, the glaive version. But there isn't really any type of massed that is going to try and compromise them, right? So it is what it is. It's going to be a bit more difficult. And here come the Furies too. So Furies, as we said, very low melee defense. So it might actually be prudent. I need to test that, actually. Like, if it's better to just have the glaives either way. Because you just want something that can defend itself from like a dog charge or something. Demon Shield is popped, Demon Shield is off, and Fury is just going in. I think he should not be going in with the Furies. Like, your mainline army has not engaged yet. You don't need to go through it. Oh, very nice dodge of the Sleipnir from side of Alrik. He did see it, and he just moved backwards with the Ice Guard, fully dodging that. Yeah, he backs off basically with the Furies. He doesn't want to fully sacrifice them. But as we see, these guys are like kind of obstructed by both the hill and very nice downhill charge. If you properly downhill charge on this map, you can actually kill models from fall damage because they can just fly off of the side of the map, and it tracks like the height of the fall. And yeah, look at this. Like, he just charged in with Furies needlessly and just gets surrounded by Terror and the Ice Guard. But the Ice Guard did take a bunch of damage, right? So maybe it's not worth it to just have that. And the Chaos Furies are just tar pitting the Griffin Legion. This is what they're great at, right? Griffin Legion, every type of cavalry from the Kislev side do want a charge to happen. And if you have Furies, which is a flying unit, you can just tar pit a actual like shock cavalry that relies on its shock bonus and just not be able to do it. But he smartly cycles out the charge. So he charges with the Winged Lancers and then goes in to the back to free up the Griffin charge. And then he's going to charge back with the Griffin Legion, presumably. The mainline fighting is going relatively fine, but he hasn't engaged with many of his units. Like, this is 2 Marauders fighting a Kislevite warrior, and he's kind of losing a bit of the fight with the Valkia, getting swarmed by like Chaos Warriors. But Chaos Warriors into armored Kossars, neither of these units have like super high DPS, right? He should be with the Knights of the Brazen Throne going through the line, and basically they should be right here, right? Assisting everything. Because what are these Minotaurs doing? Basically nothing. And he's just getting cycle charged here, basically in Alric's spawn, professionally. And even though it's like Marauders and Chaos Warriors, he's still just not doing anything. Yeah, see, he just goes out with the Griffin Legion and then charges back in, basically cycling out to the chargers. Very nicely done. Nice try with the Minotaurs trying to catch the War Sleds, but the War Sleds are just gonna kite him to death, and they're gonna die. Knights of the Brazen Throne stuck here, fighting the good fight, but they're blobbed up. Second, they're fighting into a Patriarch, a Ice Witch, and a Snow Leopard. This is not their ideal fight. Their ideal fight is just moving away, recharging back through the infantry, and then getting their murderous charge bonus. So this is a very, very big misplay from the side of Chimbambu when it comes to them. Oh, very, very good Hawks of Miska into a back charge from the Kosovite dervishes. It is probably going to break this unit of Marauders. And yeah, very, very nice combined like hammer and anvil tactics. Like, literally, he's just doing the most basic of hammer and anvil tactics, and he made Chimbambu come to him as well. Chimba could have technically just stood on this objective on the back and forced him to move forward before engaging, because look at this, he needs to go kind of up the hill and into his spawn for the objective. But I guess Chimba was probably feeling confident with it just going forward because of the amount of shields that he had. But due to due to him basically losing the flank and not having something like Khorne Gores go into the spawn to tar pit alongside with the warriors, he's now getting picked apart by the multiple charges of just random cavalry, right? And look at this, they're just fighting here, but this is a unit that currently has 26 melee attack because it's exhausted, going into a unit that has 41 melee defense, right? It's going to take a while. This is a nice tar pit. If only Chimba could actually take over the objective from Alrik here, this would be an actually good fight, even if he was kind of down trading like he is right now a bit. But he's also losing Furies a lot, right? The Furies are back. They try to charge into the Ice Guard Glaives, but they just get immediately charged by Winged Lancers and by the War Sled. And the Winged Lancers actually have Glorious Charge, which means enemy take a leadership penalty as if they were attacked from the flank always when they're charged, even though they technically were charged from the flank. But it just makes them crumble super easily. And then we see another Hawks of Miska to this side, basically to kind of rout off all of the rest of the forces. He still is keeping his objective, and he's up trading a bit. As long as in some time he starts pushing back, he's gonna be fine. Oh, this is a very nice summon though from Chimba. So Chimba actually summons Bloodletters now, which is good because there isn't like all of the cav is seemingly compromised here, right? Like the war sleds don't have any more ammo. The cav is kind of all either very tattered or just almost completely dead. And now he just summons in the Terminator unit that is going to clean up the infantry side of your opponent, right? As long as he doesn't kind of get charged downhill by the war sleds here, or cycle charged by the war sleds on them, they should be able to clean up most of the infantry fighting. But here's a problem. Oh no, Valkyrie is about to get hunted. -9 from wounds, -27, exhausted, being surrounded by a full squad of Griffin Legion and the Terror Source, and being frostbitten each second that she's like being attacked. Like if Valkyria dies, this is very, very difficult. And if we look at the macro from the battlefield, right? Wrathmongers, ooh, he should have had those at the start to chew through everything here. It's just basically the Wrathmongers and the Bloodletters. As long as Valkyria dies here, these guys suffering a -16 and then getting charged by any sort of cavalry will basically make them crumble, which is very, very unfortunate. -6 from Friends Routing, exposed flank. They're gonna unhave the exposed flank, but with the charge from the sleds, it's going to be very, very tough here. Yeah, they changed their charge. Let's see what the damage is here. It wasn't the best of charges, but even with that, they took like 15% damage, and they can't kill sleds unsupported, right? They need some sort of help, either from like stuff like Wrathmongers, or either from stuff like what are they called? The Minotaurs, basically. And Valkyria in actually rallies. What the hell? Like 95 HP and you rally? Insane. Absolutely insane. Like some of these Khorne units that have... I wish this was the base leadership of some of the freaking Rat Lords. Man, it is so not fair when you're playing Skaven. Oh, and we actually see a backline cap from the side of Alrik. But he's gonna face Exalted Bloodletters. This is just a Dervish. These guys will terminate this Dervish's life. Snow Leopard, very good, but a Griffin Legion is something else. Even though it's very good sometimes to charge, when you're downhill versus uphill, you should definitely charge. But if he was like standing there, I would potentially try to brace so that you take the least amount of damage on a charge. Look at the damage, man. Look at the damage that they're dealing back against the charge. They're so strong. But it's still not good enough. And very smartly, Alrik just backs off. Like, he is so good. He has done such a good job with just doing forward and backward charging into everything. And he knows that he can pick these Wrathmongers apart. Like, Wrathmongers are usually your most annoying unit to deal with, unless if you don't have any type of shooting. And all of the shooting is basically dead or routed here currently, right? And these guys are like immune to flanking, have frenzy, absolute insane unit with 71 melee attack, crazy, and they can do nothing basically, right? Because they're just gonna get cycle charged by everything and then held in place, or just plain ignored, right? Because they aren't the fastest unit. They have 40 speed, which isn't bad, but you just don't care about them. You just make them chase a Kislevite warrior. Who cares? Like, just do it. Nice Hawks of Miska probably coming down here. And that's going to be the end of these Exalted Blood Letters. And it's also probably going to be the end of Chimbambu in this game one. Very nice showing though. Very good try to go forward with everything. Ooh, almost loses the Ice Switch of Tempest. There, like, if you underestimate the DPS of Minotaurs of Khorne, they will absolutely murder everything. Look at this poor dervish, just eating one shot from everything. They can probably solo this entire force here very easily. Look at this. The instant summon 1300 value. This is probably their second summon. But yeah, quite the unfortunate sacrifice of the poor Kislevites here. They're just holding because of their Buyer blood. But yeah, it's now over. He's triple capped. There's nothing that can even take back the back objective, let alone contest something like here, right? He's just gonna dance on the points. He knows it's the Wrathmongers just want to fight, and he's not giving the Wrathmongers an actual fight. And look at this. Like, they have lost, like, what, 2k HP, and they have 900 value. If they were just stuck in a blob fight right here on the objective at the start, nothing could have ran away from them, and they would just kill everything in sight. So that is probably a summon priority issue, like a small mistake of the summon priority, because they would have been so good at the start with just helping out on the fight. But look at them, like, now. You can just stand on the objective with just one Kislevite right here, and they have just about enough capture weight to stop them. 4.5 against these guys 4.8, you're going to be totally fine. And yeah, Alrik seemingly is content with just winning on points from here on out, so I'll just fast forward. Valkia standing fresh and bracing in the corner of the map. Very fitting. And yeah, Alrik knows he's going to win on objectives. He just even backs off. He doesn't care about this objective. There's nothing that Chimba can do. Very nice tactical plays from the side of Alrik. Very good try from the charge when it comes to Chimba. And yeah, let's look at some value. Oh my god, look at that light war sled value. Oh man, that is just charging, right? Most of it was most of this value was just cycle charging. So good at cycle charging here. Even Ice Glaives paid for themselves, which is super interesting. Again, this guy was resummoned, just there to heal the big SCs and the blob. Griffin Legion not paying for themselves, but it doesn't matter. They were just there to cycle charge. And yeah, some of the cav paid for itself, some of the cav over-exceeded itself. These were the ones that were like going in with their buddies from the Griffin Legion, just swapping, tagging each other in, like in a boxing match or something, and then just going in to absolutely crush the Core Knights. So Valkia paid for herself, but yeah, didn't have as much impact. And very nice dodge from Alrik on the Sleipnir. The rest of the warriors did fine. Like, they can grind, they have frenzy, they're probably the best chaos warriors out there. But yeah, he just didn't have the DPS to actually go through and go through the fight, right? Could have maybe gone for great weapon type of warriors, because not necessarily the Khorne great weapons, but some specific thing that would be better against Cav, right? Because what is Alrik going to bring? He's going to bring either a shooting line or just Kislevites and Cav, which Kislevite warriors and Cav, and you need to be able to fight the Cav as well. So I am very much surprised that he did not bring more Khorne Gores. Like, Khorne Gores in this matchup would be so annoying to deal with, right? These guys got 500 value, and if they were the ones that were being cycle charged at the side objective, they would have done much better. Exalted Bloodletters, just absolute Terminator squad. And yeah, Minotaurs of Khorne. Very, very cool to see both sides. I'll see you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. See you guys in game 2.